Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today we will be doing another conspiracy video, and this one is less creepy. Okay, no, actually it's like super creepy. It's more strange and kind of like what the fuck. So yeah, the background and the history of Miss Shirley Temple. Now, her real name is Shirley Temple Black. She was born April 23rd, 1928 in Santa Monica, California. She is an actress, a singer, a dancer, a businesswoman, and a diplomat. She was an actress from 1932 to 1965. Now, you all probably know Shirley Temple as the sweet, innocent little girl who sang Animal Crackers in My Soup, and the rest of us were forced to sing that shit. But a lot of people believe that there is a darker, more sinister side to Shirley Temple's acting career as a young child. After a couple years of dancing school, Shirley began her acting career at age 3 in 1931. 3 years after her acting career began, she received a part in Bright Eyes. Now, this was a film based on a story by David Butler and Edward Burrick. In the film, Shirley plays an orphaned child, and a bachelor named Merritt, as they put it, gets in this custody battle with some rich old man over Shirley. That is one of the reasons why people strongly believe that the only reason she was famous at such a young age is for these sick pedophilic reasons. A lot of her earlier movies are seen with her in these types of roles where she is normally the orphan child who gets with some single, middle-class man. From Bright Star, though, it actually won an Academy Award, and Shirley shot to fame shortly after that. But a lot of you, or maybe just me, are probably wondering what the hell happened to Shirley during those 3 years between the time she got casted and was signed to Bright Star when she shot to stardom. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking it's something super simple, something sweet, but it's a lot more sinister than you probably think. Now, Shirley was doing something called baby burlesque. And yes, it is as awful as it sounds. It is completely disgusting. Just wait. A little background on baby burlesque, just so we kind of understand the foundation. This was a series of pre-coded films. Now, they were produced by Jack Hayes, but Charles Lamont actually directed them. Inappropriately enough, these films were claimed to be for educational purposes only. So apparently we needed to see babies in diapers doing what? So these baby burlesque films were featured a number of children ages 3 to 5, so right in that preschool area. Now, this is the sick part. These children were then forced to act out very theoretical forms of adult content. By adult content, I know some of you may not know what I mean, and I don't really want to get into it, but just know that it is very downright dirty and disgusting, and I am very perturbed by these findings. I mean, these films were probably nothing that any child should be experiencing. I don't think in today's culture we would have ever let something fly like this. At least I hope we would never have let something fly like this. The films were supposed to be cuter versions of major pictures like films and movie stars and celebrities, current events, stuff like that. During the making of these baby burlesque films, these poor children were forced into adult costumes, diapers on the bottom half of them, and large oversized pins. So yes, 3 to 5-year-old preschool children were forced to wear diapers. From what I understand, these films only ran from 1931 to 1933. Something I would like to point out to all of you is companies like Universal Studios and Fox Films had their hands in these baby burlesque films. It was definitely very interesting to me to find out that companies like that promoted this type of pedophilic content. When Miss Shirley was still with us, she did comment on the fact that she was in these baby burlesque films. She stated, and I quote, that participating in the baby burlesque film was a cynical exploitation of her child innocence. Shirley also recalled a bizarre, inhumane tactic used to control misbehaving children on set of the baby burlesque filming. The claim was that uncooperative children were placed in a black box. Originally, this box is supposed to be used as a portable working station by the sound crew. The box is composed of a 6-foot square on wheels with a thick glass viewing hole. This viewing hole was often covered by a thick, heavy curtain. And please keep in mind that these boxes were soundproof. Oftentimes, a block of ice would be placed in these black boxes to keep them from getting too hot and humid on set. Now, when these children were placed in the black box, unfortunately, they were forced to stand, and when they got tired of standing from being so young and not being able to kind of keep up with that, the only place they had to sit in this black box was that cold, freezing cold ice cube. In 1935, Shirley was actually voted the most popular movie star in America. But unfortunately, as she grew older, she found out that she could not keep up with her stardom like she did in her younger years, so she grew less and less popular. At age 17, Shirley married John Agar, and 3 years after they were married, she became a mother. Sadly, only 5 years after their marriage, Shirley and John actually broke things off and divorced. That same year, in 1950, Shirley remarried Charles Alden Black. After floating around for a while and even being a host of a children's TV show for a cool minute, Shirley actually ended her acting career. She then assumed the position of public servant. Now, if you don't know what a public servant is, I will be giving you the definition. A public servant is a government official, and she actually worked as a government official from 1967 to 1992. Now, at age 44, Shirley Temple was actually diagnosed with breast cancer, but of course that did not keep her down. She went on to live another 41 years. At age 85, Miss Shirley Temple would pass away. February 10th, 2014, Shirley Temple was found deceased in her home in Woodside, California. After her death, it was revealed that she had a habit of smoking cigarettes. The cause of death was COPD. And for the people in the back, that means chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. The family stated that she did not always display this behavior because she did not want to set a bad example for her fans. That was the beautiful life of Miss Shirley Temple, At this point, I would just like to show you some of the clips from this baby burlesque film that I found online with Miss Shirley Temple as one of the stars. The name of this film is called War Babies. You can actually find it on YouTube. It was created in 1932. Shirley plays a prostitute while other children play soldiers. Some children play bartenders, another child plays a drunk. Some things I found interesting about this is in the film you can see children inappropriately touching one another. A shirtless child at one point. A child who is stripping on a table with the other children taking drinks and actually cheering for this child. Shirley Temple is considered to be twerking, and I know they probably didn't call it that back then, but for today's purposes, we're calling it twerking. We see perverted content. Who wants to see a child exploited in this type of manner? I have no idea, but if you do, then I do pray for you. We see very sexist content that no child should be learning at such an early age. And something that hits super close to home with me is we also have very racist content. Now, I understand the times that these films were created in, but like I stated before, no child should be put through such torment and torture. So that's all I have for you guys today. Like always, just give this video a thumbs up and let me know that you're actually out there and that you're interested in conspiracy theories. Make sure to share my video. As always, comment your thoughts down below and just subscribe, okay?